Naruto filler has a bad reputation. This isn't totally unearned, there's a lot to complain about when it comes to the filler. But there's also a lot of fun stuff too, including some interesting characters. For this list, we're giving anime-only Naruto characters some well-earned attention. There's Gurren, a former Orochimaru lackey who has to decide whether to use her awesome Kyogai Genkai to protect a child she's growing to love or to stay loyal to her master. There's Menma Uzumaki, an alternate version of Naruto who turns to the dark side. There's Yakumo Kurama, whose genjutsu prowess outstrips nearly everyone in the main series who doesn't have a Sharingan. Plus there's a few silly picks too, like Mecha Naruto and Condor. Which of these Naruto filler characters made their arcs worthwhile? Number 1. Kazumi is a Kusagakuri shinobi with the most epic pompadour to ever grace the series. Besides rocking an 80s gangster style, he's also super supportive of his teammates to the point of basically being a cheerleader. Number 2. Mecha Naruto was created by Orochimaru as a means of capturing the Nine Tails and messing with the Akatsuki. Other than just being enjoyably ridiculous, one of the cool things about Mecha Naruto is that Kishimoto created him, basing him loosely on the fact that Godzilla also has a robotic version called Mecha Godzilla. Number 3. Okay, sure, Yoda can sometimes be more annoying than cute. And sure, his whole thing about being Naruto's first friend throws a wrench into Naruto's whole backstory with Sasuke. But his powers make him worthy of mention. Yoda can manipulate the weather. He can create rain that drains a target's chakra, generate tornadoes, manipulate lightning, and more. He can also manipulate people's memories and communicate telepathically. Number 4. Condor is the character many people cite when explaining why they hate the filler episodes, but he's also the character others cite when explaining why the filler is worth it. He's a runaway pet ostrich who Team 7 is sent to retrieve, but they totally fail thanks to his taijutsu skills. He ends up becoming the leader of the 4 Ninja Animal Warriors, a group that gives their would-be captors total hell. Number 5. Isarabi was one of Orochimaru's many experimental subjects, though most of the experiments involving her were carried out by Amachi. The experiments were meant to give her the ability to breathe underwater, but ended up causing her to transform into a fish monster. Amachi tried to control her by promising a cure, but when she realized there was no cure, and he was just planning to dissect her, she turned against him. Number 6. Miui is the warden of Kusakuri's blood prison. While the movie he appears in is one of the more bizarre films in the Narutoverse, Miui's story is compelling. Hoping to improve things for Kusagakuri, he tried to open the box of ultimate bliss using his son Muku's chakra. But Muku ended up being sucked into the box instead, propelling Miui on a quest to retrieve his son. Number 7. Though she was born sickly, Yakumo Kurama had such incredible genjutsu prowess that she could end her target's lives with it. Kurina initially agrees to train her, but she quickly realizes that Yakumo doesn't intend to use her powers for good, rather, she's being controlled by a sinister being called Ito who wants to destroy Konoha. Number 8. Despite being just a little girl, this Tanika resident is actually exceptionally powerful. With her wide range of psychic powers, Mina can do everything from see the future to help Naruto control his tailed beast. She can also hum the sound pattern required to control the Umino Hoko device. Number 9. Noting that his son had a ton of chakra and stamina, Sora's father Kazuma imbued his son with Nine Tails chakra, making him a pseudo-Jinchuriki. Unfortunately, he couldn't fully control those abilities, and he accidentally destroyed a temple, leading to his being ostracized by his community. Number 10. Menma Uzumaki is an alternate reality version of Naruto, who is raised by living parents, and has a relatively stable childhood. But sometime after having the Nine Tails implanted in his body, he defected from the village and agreed to participate in the Infinite Tsukuyomi plan. Number 11. After multiple members of the Fuma clan are persuaded to join Orochimaru in order to save their clan from ruin, Sasami wants to find her cousin Arashi at all costs. While she's willing to betray Naruto and company to achieve her goal, she's only willing to go so far, and ultimately becomes their ally. Number 12. Natsuhi was a Hoshigakure Jonin who somehow managed to survive the highly dangerous star training and learned to use moves like the mysterious peacock method. But despite its positive impact on her, she realized that star training was destroying her fellow villagers, so she made it her mission to protect her village from it. Number 13. Reiga Kurosaki was once a member of Kyogakure's Umbu, as well as a member of the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist. He was a complicated character, one who both enslaved an entire town and wiped out countless people, while also dedicating himself to protecting Ranmaru and bitterly regretting the lives he ended. Number 14. In order to carry on her clan's legacy, Hotaru agrees to have a powerful kinjutsu implanted into her back. But while she's loyal to her clan, she also wants to further her own goals, something she does by training under the reluctant Utakada. Number 15. Ranmaru is a sickly orphan who was rejected by his community because of his powerful Dojutsu, which allowed him to do everything from see through walls to bring people back to life. Though incredibly close to Reiga, the one person who cared about him and helped him, he ends up betraying him to help Naruto and friends stop his villainous plot. Number 16. Hanare is a spy from Jomi village, whose abilities help her peer into her own brain, and therefore the brain of anyone else who tries to read her thoughts. She can also erase any information she's acquired from her mind to keep safe from intruders. Besides her spying, she's also known for her romantic feelings for Kakashi. Number 17. Yukimaru is a sweet, gentle young boy who has some unusual powers. For unknown reasons, he can control the three tails to a limited extent. This makes him greatly interesting to Orochimaru, who wants to use him in experiments. Gurren, his guardian, must decide between her loyalties to Orochimaru and her loyalties to the child she's beginning to love. Number 18. Shira was a would-be Tsunagakure ninja who wasn't allowed to enter the academy because the only thing he could learn was taijutsu. He reminded Gaara of Rock Lee, which prompted him to use his power as Kazekage to rescind the discriminatory rule. Number 19. Kossiki Marabashi. Known as the Eternal Genin, Kossiki Marabashi easily has the skills to work as a Jonin. However, because of a costly mistake he made during one of his earlier missions, he believes he isn't qualified for promotion, and has worked as a Genin for over 50 years. Number 20. Once, Gurren was one of Orochimaru's most loyal subjects, so much so that she questioned Kabuto's loyalty towards him. But when she starts forming an attachment with a boy named Yukimaru, her desire to protect him starts to overtake her commitment. Aside from having an interesting motive, Gurren also has an awesome Kekii Genkai not seen anywhere else in the series, Crystal Release. Do you agree with our lists or did we miss something? Write it down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe.